Hi, this is Michael. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing an oracle card reading for the energy of the collective for the waning moon phase of the current lunar cycle. The waning moon is the period between the full moon and the new moon, when the illuminated area of the moon is becoming smaller. Overall, the waning phase is a time for releasing, regrouping, introspection, healing, and rest. The waning moon truly encompasses three phases: the Waning Gibbous, also known as the Disseminating Phase, the last quarter, also known as the third quarter, and the Waning Crescent, also known as the Balsamic Phase. This reading will cover the collective energy for all three phases of the waning moon, but more specifically for the period of April 23rd through May the 2nd. The waning phase starts with the moon in Sagittarius, and then it will move through Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and then Aries, before the new moon in Taurus. During the disseminating phase, it can be tempting to fall into a slump during this time, especially if the results of your intentions and goals were not immediately seen with the full moon. If that's the case for you, it's best to keep your head high and just trust in the process. Share with others what you may have learned from your experiences over the past couple of weeks. Go easy on yourself, accept what is, and begin regrouping. You've been working hard on manifesting your dreams, so take some time now to enjoy a well-earned break. The disseminating phase isn't necessarily a time for outward action, but instead a time to start focusing inwards. Some extra meditation and introspection during this time would be beneficial. The waning phase in general is associated with letting go of what no longer serves you, so during this time, take a look at yourself and release any fears or self-limiting beliefs that may be holding you back. You could even do a simple releasing ritual. Make a list of all the things that you wish to release, things like negative thought patterns or feelings, bad habits, unhealthy attachments. Light a candle or a fire, then meditate with the list in front of the fire, thinking about each item to be released, and then safely burn the list and visualize all those things floating away with the smoke. I found that tissue paper works best as it burns the easiest. If you don't want to use fire, you could even write your list and flush it down the toilet, visualizing all those things going down the drain, washing away, going back into Mother Earth for healing. Keep it simple, whatever resonates for you. It's more about the visualization and your intention behind the releasing ritual. The moon's releasing energy reaches its peak on the 26th with the last quarter, so this would be the perfect time to give up any bad habits or addictions, and to remove yourself from any unhealthy situations or relationships. You can use this powerful energy to unburden yourself of all grudges, regrets, anger, and guilt. It's also a time for settling disputes and making amends, so get closure by apologizing for anything you feel guilty for, speaking honestly with anyone you have unresolved issues with, and forgiving yourself and others for any wrongdoing. Then once the Balsamic Phase starts, around April 30th, May the 1st, it becomes a time for surrender, rest, and healing. The Balsamic Phase marks the end of the lunar cycle, so this is the time to fully surrender to the process, completely let go of all that no longer serves you, and make space for planting seeds at the time of the new moon, which will be just around the corner. You can use the last of the moon's waning energy for purification and cleansing. So clear out stale energy and create space for the new by focusing on meditation, self-analysis, and inner reflection. And also by decluttering and smudging your home with things like sage, Palo Santo. The final phase is a time for rest and relaxation in order to heal and fully prepare oneself for the upcoming new moon. So with that being said, let's get started with the collective reading and see what the cards have to tell us. I've laid out a card here to assist with the energy of the reading. It's the Waning Moon card from the Moonology Oracle deck. The message here is, what do you need to release? And for today's reading, I'll be using the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck from Colette Baron Reed. Already shuffled and meditated before we started, but go ahead and give it another quick shuffle here. And just a reminder that this is a general reading, so some or all of it may not resonate with you, so just take what does and leave the rest. And again, this will be a Waning Moon Oracle reading for the energy of the collective for April 23rd through May the 2nd. Alright, let's get started. Okay, for this first card, we're looking for what is the current energy of the collective. What is the current energy of the collective? And we've got the Swan Queen. Transformative, intuition, patience. So some of you may be in a state of transformation at the moment. You may be going through some things, some changes in your life. Some of you may be on the brink of transformation, but you need to work on your intuition a little more. You might need to meditate more. This would help in that transformation, diving deep within. This card's also a reminder that it takes time for transformation to happen, and things don't happen overnight. So some of you may be feeling impatient with changes, not seeing changes quick enough. Some of you may be feeling very calm or chill at this time, peaceful and serene. Or some of you may have been connecting with birds more, or seeing your connection with birds more. Not swans necessarily. Okay, for this next card, we're looking for what may be blocking the collective from stepping into their highest potential. And we've got the Hungry Ghosts. Obsession, scarcity consciousness, attachment. So that one's pretty clear. Some of you may be dealing with obsessions in your life, whether it be drugs, alcohol, obsessing over a lost love. Or some of you may be focused on attachment, feeling the need to be with someone to feel whole and complete. And also you may be focusing on the lack, not being abundant, or not feeling whole, feelings of unworthiness. Really any negative thought. Loosh for the Hungry Ghosts. Okay, for this next card, we're looking for how can we effectively release these blocks? How can we effectively release these blocks? And we've got Lady of the Mirror. Reflection, non-judgment. It's beautiful. So basically taking a closer look at yourself, examining these issues that you might have, looking at that with an open mind, an open thought, feelings of non-judgment towards yourself, or perhaps even looking towards others for example on overcoming these, releasing those blocks. Again, it plays off intuition, so going within, meditating, looking for the deeper meaning or reason behind these blocks. Some of you may need to get out in nature, by the water. Water is very healing, so some of you may need to just get out by the water, play by the water. Okay, and for this next card, we're looking for what habits or behaviors may be holding the collective back. What habits or behaviors may be holding the collective back? And we've got the High Lord of Gratitude and Service. Selflessness, humility, conscious action. So some of you may be in the habit of not seeing the bigger picture of things. Or you may be too focused on yourself to see outside. Some of you may be in the habit of being lazy or not taking action towards your goals. So it's about taking conscious action, being conscious of the resistance. Maybe you need to focus on helping others more, being of selfless service to others. And some of you may be going through your life in a mundane way, same thing every day, not focusing on or thinking about your true purpose. Just being in the habit of the day-to-day, maybe holding some of you back. Also, maybe some of you don't show gratitude as you should, so you may need to focus on changing that. And be thankful for every little thing. The air you breathe, the car you drive, or having a job, even if it is mundane. Okay, for this next card, we're looking for what adjustments should the collective make in order to prepare oneself for the upcoming new moon. We've got the Phoenix, Resurrection, Surrender to Change. So some of you may be resistant to change, and change is always scary, so some of you may be afraid of change. With the new moon, it's about new beginnings, and starting over, fresh starts, so it's about surrendering to the process. Not getting caught up in what could have been. If you feel like you've missed some opportunities lately, it's knowing that there's new opportunities coming. You didn't miss the bus, don't worry. It's about rising up from the ashes, being fiery, passionate, ready for change, ready to become anew. Some of you may be dealing with the loss or a loss of a way of life as of late, so it's about rising up from that for those of you. Or some of you may need to be just more fiery and passionate, or more of a free spirit. Okay, for this next card, what needs to be healed by the collective during this Waning Moon phase? Okay, and we've got the Camel Boy. Small steps, asking for help. Some of you may be resistant to help, resistant to asking others for help or accepting help from others. So it's about overcoming that aspect. Some of you may need to focus on your inner child and be more playful, more childlike. Have some fun. Ride a camel if you got one. Some of you may have taken some big chances recently and it not necessarily panned out. So it's about recovering from that, taking small steps towards your goal. Okay, and for this last card, we're looking for a message for the collective from the universe. A message for the collective from the universe. And we'll take you. Okay, we've got the Word Lord. Communication, praise, dishonesty. But it did come out in the reverse, which gives it a slightly different meaning. So some of you may need to look out for any dishonesty or untruths in your life. There may be things that you've been dishonest about that you might feel guilty for, that might be holding you back, so the universe is asking you to confront that, make amends. And some of you may have others that are being unsupportive towards you. So don't take it personally. Know that it's them, it's not you. You don't have to play into their own fears and negativities that they project onto you. It's also about the words you use. So some of you may be using words of negativity towards yourself or towards others. Some of you make yourself smaller than others, or refer to yourself as unattractive, or talking oneself down. So the universe is asking you to change those conscious thoughts. Use positive words instead. There's lots of great affirmations out there. So during this waning moon, you need to release these obsessions, these attachments to others, these negative thoughts that you have about yourself, about the world. Take some time to dive within, look within yourself, see what the reasoning is behind these blocks, behind these issues, and release the feeling of lack, Focus on abundance. You should also focus on releasing this negative talk to yourself, or being dishonest to yourself and others. Make amends, get over that guilt. Guilt's like poison, it's not worth holding on to. But also focus on helping others on their journey, or with life in general, being a bright shining light, opening yourself up, forgive others for what they've done wrong, and focus on overcoming any challenges you may have had, arising from the ashes. Take conscious action towards your goals. Take small steps. Don't be afraid of change. Surrender to the process. Asking for help when needed. And also being receptive to receiving help. And have patience during this transformation. Know that all things take time. And use this time for introspection. Get out. Have some fun. Relax and be in nature, which will allow for healing and make room for transformation for the coming new moon in Taurus. So that's the reading for this waning moon cycle. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in.